Got it right. Got it right. Got it right. Love to say my name cause I got it right. No one on your side, that's the downside. When I focus on my strength, I see the upside. Y'all know what I'm doing when the sun rise. Now my old friends saying that they not surprised. Y'all ain't never want nothing when I realize. Everybody around me always talking about the work. That's why you stay sad, cause you never knew your worth. Everybody stressed cause they wanna be first. We are not competing, I've been on my own way. If I go and speak it, then you focus on my base.
So welcome to Gifted. My name is Jamal, aka Manager Jamal. I'm here, we're doing things a little bit different today. I'm interviewing Prince Ish, the master behind the music, and man, you do a lot. Music and directing videos and creative writing on skits. A little bit of basketball, can't beat me though.
That's
a little bit of yoga.
Yeah.
You just do it all.
Yeah, I'd like just expressing myself as much as I can, and if I just look at it as I'm already thinking about these things throughout the day. Why don't I just do more of it and express that, because I feel a lot of times people, they get so caught up in the process of doing things instead of just doing it. So I feel once you get into the mindset of just like, I'm going to just do it, I'm going to just try it, and then you turn around and you're like, oh, wow, I've been doing this for a minute, and you actually enjoy doing it, and that's something where I want to inspire people to do. That's why I do, the music, because like my whole focus changed on that, where it's not really about me anymore. Like with anything and everything that I do, it's really about everybody else is watching it, and even if they're not watching it, but they're watching from afar, it's just hopefully I can spark somebody to like, you know what, I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna do what I want to do today,
So you're more so about living in the moment,
yeah,
as opposed to watching the process, or as opposed to looking at like, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do.
Mm-hmm. I never even thought about. Yeah, that's exactly how I am. Like that's how I started with pretty much everything. Like with music, I was listening to one of my favorite artists, and then this was like 2010, 2010, and I listened to one of the songs, and I'm like, oh, this is dope. And I just went upstairs and I'm starting to write. And I'm like, I don't know how to write. I don't know how to rap. I don't know how to do that. But I'm just writing because I enjoy doing it, And it just releases this emotion at a weight that you don't have to carry with you a lot of times, So it's a beautiful thing, though.
That's really interesting. I feel like it's kind of hard, like in the society we live in today, to actually live in the moment.
Yeah.
If you think about it, we're kind of trained to like, here's your plan. This is what you need to follow. Mm-hmm. So like, for you, what keeps you focused on actually staying in the moment and not feeding into society's, this is your plan, graduate high school, go to college, get debt.
Yeah, get debt.
Get a job so you can pay 5% of this debt by the time you die.
Yeah.
What keeps you motivated to stay doing what you're doing personally and not feeding into what everyone else is doing?
It's tough. It's very tough. I struggle with it almost every month, every once in a while. It's pretty tough because then you got to think about it like this. I started doing music when I was 15, 16. So around that time, all your friends, everybody you with, girlfriends, stuff like that, everybody is on a similar stage, similar path where it's like, okay, we all going to school, we doing that, and then not really paying attention to it because you have all the free time, so you just working and stuff. And then right when you graduate high school, that's when you start to see everybody else start doing their thing, And then from the outside, it's looking like, oh, wow, they got their stuff together. They really doing, I'm just doing this. I'm doing all this. Like, I love doing it, but, I'm not able to really support myself off of it fully yet.
Right.
So I'm thinking, like, this is me back then. I'm just thinking, like, okay, let me just put my head down and just grind harder so I can get to that point where I can do it, and then you think it's coming. It doesn't really map out the way that you think, So then I got into meditation a lot. That's one thing that brought me all the way back. I started meditating a lot. That gave me so much, because I thought I knew myself like at 17, 18, 19. And then now, today at 24, I'm just sitting down thinking, I knew nothing. You know, just my outlook on life was terrible. You know, where I was just super selfish, you know. And now I realize you have to be selfish to a point so you can be selfless. So you can work on yourself so you don't bring off, so you can help the people around you and give off a good energy. You know, that's what it's tough. It's tough. Even to this day, it's tough because you can see a lot of like your friends and stuff like that doing well. And it's not even like a jealousy thing or an envious thing. It's just coming from a place of like, I'm happy for them, you know. But then you start thinking about what you got and it's like, damn. It just puts everything into perspective a lot, you know.
Definitely. I mean, because I know like it's something like only 36% of like college graduates are actually happy with their lives and happy with their jobs.
Then you find that out, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's like, you know, does that help you feel like you made the right decision? You know, going into music. I know it's tough from day to day.
Yeah.
But when you really look at it, you know, are you excited because at least you're happy with what you're doing, even though you're not necessarily seeing instant results from it right now? You know,
it's there are those moments where I do reflect and I'm sitting down and I'm writing a song or I'm in the studio or something or I'm shooting like a skit or something like that, and it's like I'm actually doing what I want to do. You know, and even though it's not like really funding right now, but it's like I'm actually doing what I want to do. You know, I'm not waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning like I used to, going to a job that I hate, working 10 hours plus overtime, doing that type of crazy stuff, and then trying to find the energy to do what I want to do afterwards. You know, that really helped me make a lot of tough decisions. You know, where a lot of times, a lot of certain sacrifices don't feel like sacrifices at all. You know, like I really position myself and my life right now back when I was 16. You know, because like I really think about big picture. A lot of people like, and I know in the beginning people look at me like, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing with stuff?" But when I was 16, I sat down and I think everything through. I see all the flaws, I see all the faults. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take that all head on. So where I'm at right now is I knew where I would be at, you know. And it's just sometimes when you get older, you start to reflect, and you're like, was this what I wanted? I was a teenager at that point, you know, because that changes as you get older. So it's like, yeah, it still is, but then sometimes you kind of got to pivot, you know, to keep things interesting, you know, keep that focus, keep that same drive, keep that fire. Because sometimes it's hard to keep that fire, though, you know, when you doing stuff for a long time and then you're like, I know how to do this. Oh, yeah, it's cool. You know, and then you start short-stepping stuff, you know, and that's not, then you start falling back, you know.
That's true. So besides meditation, what do you do to keep that drive?
That's one thing that I'm slowly figuring out more, which I need to go outside. I know that, but I need to start
just
going
step out in the
outside.
sunlight like once a day, at least once a week. Just, you know, peek out.
Yeah,
You know.
that's it's that balance. You know, like friends really don't know how much they really help me with stuff because a lot of times, you know, I might reach out to them or something and just have a conversation, and it's not even about like anything, you know, it's just to keep that, because when you pound something day in, day out for weeks and months, you don't even know it, but your brain starts to turn to mush, you know, and then you just wake up and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. How do you function with the way I do things? Because I know like I'm like a huge handful. Just the way like how my mind works.
Oh man, understatement of the world.
Yeah,
century. No. Pretty much. I don't know. Like back, like when we first started working together, I kind of knew that. Where it's like you're the creative type, which is not a bad thing, but like a lot of creative people kind of minds operate the same way, but yours is like to a different extent because you're creative. You got a little bit of business minded, but you know what you want though, and it has to be a certain way, And I get that. And I think that's why I can work with you, because I respect the fact that you have standards and you want things done a certain way. And that alone is enough to like really work with you. You know, and so everything else just falls into place, honestly, for me, because it's like, yeah, it may be the day of, and you're like, I got a new idea, we're gonna go with it like this, and you know, and everything changes. But being around you long enough, I get that, and I expect that, and I account for that. You know, but I think it's fun. It's because with you, it's like I know you, but it's always like something different, something new, that keeps me on my toes, and it's like it's not the same thing every day.
Yeah.
You know, and I think our relationship plays a big role in that because we understand each other, so it makes it easy. And you're not an asshole. Yeah. To put it bluntly, like, I mean, you can be if you want to be. You know, back in the day, back in high school, but you know, it's just everything you do and say and do comes from a good place. So even when it's difficult, even when there's a lot, you're indecisive, I get it. Yeah. You know, and like I said, I respect it. So it's not difficult for me to work with you. I don't think. I think it would be difficult for a lot of people. Yeah. I think it would be very difficult. Yeah. But, you know, just knowing, again, how your brain works and how you're all over the place, but at the same time, you're in one place, if that makes sense. It's very hard to explain. Yeah. You know, but, yeah, I mean.
You said it perfectly. Like, honestly, that's what, as I know in the early days of us working together, I just knew that I just wanted to do music, you know, and I had like a lot of ideas about doing other stuff, but, you know, I never really like wanted to step out and try that. But I think just the older I got and then us working together really just nurtured me being comfortable doing other things. You know, feeling comfortable being able to do other things, but not necessarily taken away from the music. Definitely. Or something like that, you know. Because it's like, okay, I know how to do this to an extent, you know, and now it's like, okay, what else can I do? What else can I do that's besides the music that can really give some type of different outlook on things, you know, because I don't ever want to be boxed into one thing. And you said it perfect, just all over the place, but it's all one place. You know, because like at the end of the day, I want the brand to represent just like motivation, inspiration, and just being yourself and being happy with yourself. So it's like if you're creative, do that, whatever it is. Yep. Because at the end of the day, if there's one person that like it, there's going to be hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions.
Exactly.
That like
I'd say we did a lot of growing together. Yeah. Through this whole entire process, like where we were 5 years ago. Yeah. Completely different today. Yeah. You know, we feed off each other's energy and we grew a lot. Yeah. You know, and it's funny because we went through different things. You know, we grew in different directions, but at the end of the day, it was in the same direction.
Which is wild. You know,
and that doesn't happen.
Which is wild.
Ever.
Because usually people, like, when they grow apart.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
And I feel like we both understood that we were both doing our own thing, but it never took away from, like, the common goal. Yeah.
Because both of us want to be in the entertainment industry. Yeah. You know? And that was one of the things that I didn't even know before I started working with you. Yeah. I want to go into sports medicine before I started working with you. Yeah. You know? And when you're like, hey, you're my manager, all right, I don't really know what that entails, but I figure it out. And then I realized that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Then I realized, you know, there's all these other aspects, like I want to direct. Yeah. I want to act, you know? And we kind of have that same common thing where we want to do so many different things and just be versatile. And that's, I think, how it was so easy for us to move forward. And also our way of thinking, you know? Because even though you're creative-minded, you're also business-minded because you know at the end of the day, this is what it takes to get this done. Yeah. You know? And so I think, again, that's where we really synced up. You know, and then we're able to grow and feed off of each other because where I'm more business-minded and you're more creative-minded, we still have the other opposite end of the spectrum. We get
Yeah.
where each other's coming from.
It's so
And it's
dope.
weird,
Because
but it is.
It's very weird because when you think about it, it's exactly like that. It's like, 'cause I remember I called you and I told you, and I was like, yeah, I don't feel like I'm an entrepreneur. I feel like I'm
remember that
more.
conversation.
I feel like I'm more of a creative. And then I just started thinking, like, how you even just said is like, I know a little bit about business, a little bit about marketing, but that's where you are there, and it's the same thing. Like you are definitely in on the creative side, but it's dope, and I see that in you that you're willing all the time to be able to just be like, do your thing. What you think? How you feel about this? Because at the end of the day, like it's about what kind of I see.
Yeah.
And then like I won't be happy at all.
Exactly.
If it's partially not me.
Exactly.
In there.
And I recognize that. And it's about being selfless, essentially, because it's not about me. It's about you. You are the brand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we make a lot of decisions together. Basically, all the decisions we make together.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the creative side of things, that's you.
Yeah.
I'll give you my input if you ask me, or if I see something that I'm like, that's not.
That's stupid.
I'm going to let you know, like, you ain't messing up.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's you.
Yeah.
And we need to, if we're going to be successful, we need to represent you as you.
That's true.
And I think that's the thing I respect the most about you is because you stay yourself. No matter what other people say. I remember people back in the day tell you need to rap like this. You need to do it like this. And I always be like, hey, let that man do what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Because that's him. Even when you were terrible.
Yeah.
It was some, woo! I'm headed to the paper because I'm headed to the paper.
Hey.
I'm always going to bring that up. That was a little bit but that was you.
Yeah.
So, hey, whatever. And I feel like you're able to grow because you are being you and you're not trying to be anyone else. You're not trying to be like a mainstream artist. You have your own ideas and concepts that you want to do. And I respect that more. I don't think I could work with an artist that's trying to emulate someone else.
Yeah.
I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could work with someone that doesn't have original ideas. I don't think I could work with someone that's like trapped inside of a box.
Yeah.
Because that's not my personality, and that's not something that I want to stand for. I don't want to be cookie cutter.
Yeah.
So.
And that's something that I always wanted to stray away from, is just being like in the box. And that's
Being
why
cheesy.
Yeah. Like oh my goodness. Like that's why I wouldn't work with certain people because they see things a certain way that is
mainstream. They're used to
mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, and mainstream, if you think about mainstream is just what's popular.
Yeah.
That changes all the time.
Exactly.
If you just following what's mainstream, you will not be mainstream.
Yeah, you got to be ahead of the curve. You can't fall in line with everyone else.
You can't just look up and be like, oh, that, I'm going to grab that. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that. Oh, it's gone. It's
Because
like,
you'll be chasing, it's like chasing your tail.
Yeah.
You're a dog chasing your own tail.
exactly.
There's no point in that.
And you get no pleasure out of that. For real. Like how many shows have we been to and we see people just up there sounding exactly the same, doing
16
the exact
people
same
up
dance.
there. Everybody got a mic jumping around. There's really no. I don't feel like that takes any talent.
No.
I can go and I steal your lyrics all the time, but I can go and take some lyrics from a Migos song and get me some dudes on stage and jump around.
Yeah.
And no offense to people that do that, but I feel like there's no originality.
Yeah.
So where's the talent coming from? You're literally just copying off of somebody else.
That's true.
I feel it takes a lot more talent to be original and to stick to it.
Yeah.
Through this whole process and trying to build a fan base around what you're doing and around your original music. That's tough. Very difficult.
Because I'll say this too, like, definitely, like, going through, because I want to go back to, like, the growth that you were saying we both went through. The growth that I went through, there was, and I know, like, both of us had different levels of it and numerous levels of it and numerous paths that we took. But I know just one alone I want to kind of pick on is just the growth with kind of just like the confidence. Because before the confidence wasn't there at all. It was just I was faking it and it was coming out as anger.
Yep.
Like I was saying, like, I would yell my lyrics and stuff like that because I'm nervous and scared and
even the content in your songs has definitely changed. Because you're not coming from a place of I got to prove people.
Yeah.
That I belong you know, in the industry, or I gotta prove I'm better than them.
Yeah.
You're not in that headspace anymore, and you
Yeah.
can tell through your music. Like if you listen to your old stuff,
Yeah.
you can tell you're trying to prove people that you can rap. Yeah, you know, I'm the best out. You know,
Yeah.
and I think there's a little bit of ego in there too.
Yeah.
Whereas
Hugely.
it's like when you started growing up,
Mm-hmm.
you started, you started to humble. You started to
Yeah.
become more humble in yourself because you didn't need to prove anything to anyone.
Yeah.
Because you've already proven to yourself that you're doing what you want to do.
Yeah, it's wild because we never even have these conversations.
That's
but
true,
They
we don't.
know. That's funny.
But yeah, I mean, and like I said, you can tell. A lot of times I go back and listen to your old stuff, and it's like, I like it for what it is,
Yeah.
you know, but you can definitely tell it's coming from a place of anger, ego, and proving everybody wrong.
Yeah.
You know, which, you know, if you know the backstory of like what you were going through when those songs were coming out, you know, you were trying to prove to people.
Yeah.
But now you're in a mindset where you don't care.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter to you. Either people are gonna like your music or they're not. But
Yeah.
if you like what you put out, you know, you're happy with it.
Yeah.
And you can tell that kind of even with 94, you know, the music that you did there,
Yeah.
where it was like, it didn't matter to you. You know, I remember at one point you told me, hey, one person can show up to the LE, you know, one person can bump this music. I don't
Yeah.
care. I like it.
Yeah.
You know, and that speaks volumes. That speaks so many values. You know, just that just to your character of how it doesn't matter. You're doing what you want to do and you're happy with it.
Yeah.
And again, that's something to really respect because a lot of people aren't doing that. A lot of people are like, oh, I need people to like it. You know, even when you're in the studio and people are giving advice, you don't like your advice, you're not taking it.
Yeah.
You know, you be like, oh yeah, that'd be dope on somebody else's project, not mine. You know, and I see it all the time.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, it's crazy. Like I really have confidence. It's
And
like,
it's such a fine line.
it is. It is. A lot of things you gotta compartmentalize and put that in a box.
Yeah.
And the ego is one of them. You gotta put that aside and just realize, you know, what are your goals? What are you doing? And what do you need to do to accomplish them?
Yeah.
You know, but you can go either way, and confidence can turn into ego real quick.
Oh yeah.
And once it turns to ego, I feel like that's when it really hinders the whole process.
Like, how do you check it?
So usually, this is gonna sound weird, but in the mornings, like when I'm driving to work or when I have just time where I'm not really doing anything and I don't have to think, I really try to just count my blessings essentially. You know, take time to appreciate the things that I have, and realize that there's a lot of people that are less fortunate than me. You know, I take it a whole step further where it's like, you know, I think of all the bad that could be going on in my life and then all the bad that I've gone through.
Yeah.
And how, you know, I'm in a good place now and how I could easily go back to that. You know, so it makes me stay humble as opposed to being arrogant. You know, because things are going extremely well for me right now, extremely well for us.
Yeah.
You know, that can turn in an instant.
Yeah.
And I feel like kind of if you're not grateful, you're not living in the moment, and you're not appreciative of what you have right now, it'll instantly change for you. You know, and so I try to remind myself of that every morning and every night.
Yeah.
You know, so whatever happens in between, you know, it's almost like I have a debrief with myself. And it's like, all right, you know, this was a great day, amazing. All this amazing stuff happened, you know, but recognize, you know, that this is essentially a gift. You know, you worked hard for it, but you could be in a worse position, you know, and you have to remind yourself of that, I feel like. And that's kind of how I stay focused, you know. That's just me.
Yeah.
What about for you? Like, what keeps you from going back to, like, those days of anger and ego and, you know, but still being confident in what you're doing?
It's like I said, it's an extreme fine line.
Oh,
you
it
know,
is.
because especially
Down to milliseconds. Like,
yeah, for real.
any
Because
situation.
a lot of times, like I'm not perfect at all. Like there's times where the ego comes back, but then I check it and I bring it right back. I take it back, you know, because, for example, like in my position, being an artist, to an extent, you have to have that energy.
Yeah,
I'll say
it's
not
like
I don't even because I chose that word carefully because I didn't want to say ego or I didn't want to say necessarily confidence is the right word, but it's a certain energy that you need to exude. You know, and that energy gets mistaken for ego all the time because a lot of times people, especially in rap nowadays, it's more extreme ego, and they don't know the difference. It's just all ego because like, okay, I got the money, I got the jewelry, I got all this type of stuff, but that means nothing because when you die, you get none of that.
Exactly.
That means nothing. Only times people will say anything good about you is if you gave off a good energy, you know, and that's something that I want to leave behind. So like in the mornings, I would meditate and I would ask myself like 2 questions because I believe like how you do, like what you do in the morning, I believe it all starts with you. So I would ask myself, what brings me peace and what make me feel whole, you know, and everything I'm doing is just lining me up for that, you know, and just being appreciative. And I always ask, like I pray too, is like, please separate that ego so I can be aware of it. So when it does happen, I can, like, I'll be in the middle of a conversation and somebody might say something and I'm like, that's my ego. Put that away.
Yep.
And then I'll just be right back there. And it's like as quick as that.
I know exactly what you mean because it almost feels like you're on the outside of like it's an outer body experience where you're watching it happen. You know, at least for me, it's like, okay, I can see I'm about to get wild. Yeah. Let me just rein this in and just, you know, yeah, I see that for sure.
Yeah. And it's really tough because like especially now we've been going through a lot of changes just with how things are moving right now.
Yeah.
So like bringing in more people and stuff. And that forced me to really like, okay, this is the moment that I've been practicing for myself. Yeah. So I can be in this place, so I can be appreciative, so I can not like turn up over little stuff. Yeah. You know, because like back in the day, I would just like, I would get heated.
Oh, I know.
I would get heated. And now it's like, even when I messed up on, like when I would mess up on stage a lot, you know.
Oh, I know. People, and that was one thing, I think I mentioned to you like once or twice, because you come on stage mad, and people don't understand why you're mad because they think you did a great set. Yeah. And there were a couple of times where you even like kind of blow off people that are trying to support you in that situation. Yeah. I know we kind of had this conversation, like, you know, to the extent of where it's like, hey, people don't know you messed up. Yeah. You know, but you coming off angry and stuff like that, you know, you feed that energy. Yeah. Now you're having to explain, I messed up, blah, blah. I remember a couple of times when you would say, I would just roll with it. You know? Yeah. Because you used to just give up. You used to just stop.
I never stopped.
Well, yeah, you did.
I never stopped.
When you were doing Steve Jobs, yeah, there were a couple of times we were at the Foundry. I remember specifically you were doing Steve Jobs. Okay. And you tried it twice, and you just stopped. You just stopped. You're like, whatever, and you got off the stage. Like you were like, I'm done with the set.
Oh, that's probably the last song.
It was the last song, but I'm saying like you cut it short. Like you were in the second verse, and you're like, you know what? You guys been great, and you got off the stage. I remember that specifically.
That's different. That's different from stopping. I would say
you didn't
like stop. Like I didn't finish the song.
That's what I'm saying
for sure.
All right, I meant like you didn't finish the song. And essentially to me that was you giving up.
Gotcha.
That was you giving up when you could have just. You know, from a difference from now. Yeah. Now you have, you know, you'll maybe freestyle through a song or you'll feed off the crowd. You'll play it back, slow it down. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying, like growth. Yeah. Where it's like, sure. You know, you're not angry anymore. You know?
And the thing is, I was just angry at myself.
Right, exactly. You know, but you're more in control of the situations now, and they're more in control of your emotions now, where they don't get the best of you. Yeah. You know, and again, that's growth. That's growing up. That's understanding your purpose and what you're doing. Yeah. You know, and that's just an example that I noticed. Like, you know, I got the videos. Yeah. I could play it back. Yeah. No, I used to watch them.
I know, and that was all the time. Yeah. I used to watch every show after that, and I'm sitting there just like cringing, mad, just like watching.
I know, because we watch it 3 times in the car before you would leave. I'd be like, oh man, I gotta watch this again. I saw it live. No.
Because like in my head, it's like I know the songs. Yeah. You know, and it was such a weird mental hack that everybody has to go through. Like for me, like I have a bad time at memorizing things. But I know my lyrics. It's just a lot of times my emotions will get ahead of me and then I go blank. When I know the songs, and that happens like to everybody, big musicians. It's just you don't see it with big musicians. Is because they have a crowd singing their songs.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
If they slip up, then someone else is singing the next line, so they know it. But in my head, it just goes complete white. So I'm just sitting there. I'm like, what am I gonna do? All right, freestyle. Okay, like I'll do that, or I'll be like, okay, bring it back, and I'll be able to get in control of that. And meditation definitely helped with that.
I think that goes back to you building confidence too.
Yeah,
confidence versus ego.
Yeah.
Ego in that situation is not gonna help you.
Nah, because I would get mad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But confidence, and that's why it's the key difference.
Yeah.
But confidence is like, all right, whatever. We're gonna play this back.
Yeah.
Tone, run it back. You know what I mean?
It's like having I don't like saying it because I feel like if people say it, then you're not that. But being humble enough to know that you're not going to be perfect. Mm-hmm. You're not going to you're going to mess up. And the thing is, are you going to mess up the whole time for everybody else? It's like, first you got to forgive yourself. Mm-hmm. And I never was able to do that. I was never able to do that. So like sometimes you'll even see, like somebody might see me on stage where I go away from the mic real quick. And I just have that thought to myself real quick. I'm like, it's cool. And then I'll just go back to performing and I'll have a good time.
Yep.
You know.
I think that's kind of like us as a unit where we grew too, because we used to focus on the smallest detail being perfect, as opposed to the large picture. Yeah. You know, and I think that's what has changed for the better. Yeah. You know, because we'd be like, man, everything got to go perfect. This little detail, this sheet of paper better be perfect with the logo perfectly centered. It ain't the margins. It ain't right. Where the margins? Can we send it back? No, we only got one day. It's not going to come back. You know what I mean? And it's, I think it takes a lot of stress out of it once you realize you're not going to be perfect. Yeah. But, you know, just realizing, like, this is what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And as long as it's in this ballpark, we're good. Any intentions is right. Exactly. You know, I think that was a big growing point for both of us. Yeah.
This is dope, man.
For sure.
This is dope. Like, I really feel, I just want to say this too. Like, I feel like everything is going in a good direction, and it's so
the same way.
Weird.
It's almost too good to be true. Like, it's like, is this really happening? Like, why is everything going like the Miami
according
trip?
to plan? Yeah, that was wild.
Like, again, like I knew I could do it, but it's like things don't go, you know.
But that's the one thing that most people are scared to do. They are scared to be put in a position. I like being put in positions because it shows me, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to react in this moment? So like a lot of times, like it's perfect. Like for that, like for the Miami show, you know, I was sitting there thinking, okay, I'm on a crutch. How am I going to perform these songs? And I'm like, you know what? I want to see how I'm going to react to it. Let me see how I'm going to do it. And I was like, okay, I'm able to withstand the pain a little bit, and my mind can compartmentalize stuff when it means something. So I'm like, okay, I proved that to myself that I can do it, you know. And I feel like most people, they don't have that wherewithal in them to be able to put themselves in situations and see how they react. Like when the heat comes on, I get excited.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
because
and get anxious. I want to do it already,
right?
You know,
because like coming from the same point is like from a business side, I had like an incredibly tight budget to work with to get everyone down there. Like that was not ideal. Yeah, but I'm like, this is a challenge. Let me take this head on, and it turns out like I was like $50 less than what I had quoted everyone. You know what I mean? And it's like actually being able to give people money back. You know. But that was definitely a challenge. But it's like, it was a good challenge. Like I'm like, it motivated me more. Cause I'm like, I'm gonna do this. Yeah, I'm gonna find a place for all of us to be at, and blah blah blah. And it all worked out. You know, man. So that I feel that. You know, from completely different business standpoint, but
it's all the same.
It's all the
same.
Exactly.
Because what it does. It builds confidence constantly at the same time. And then it's building that trust, too, because it's like, okay, he cool. Yep. I know when the moment comes, you ain't going to fold. I'm not going to fold.
Exactly, because I'm like, I didn't even think about you being on a crutch. I'm like, we good. Like, like, we good. Like, I got the plane tickets. I got the Airbnb. I'm not worried about Ish's leg or nothing. Yeah. I'm like, we good. I'm like, when he gets up there, it's cool.
I I was having like nosebleeds, crazy.
Bruh.
I was broke.
Bruh, you
I was broken.
Like, man, I was worried about you getting to the airport. Like, I remember, man, you was so toe up. Like, everything kept happening that week beforehand to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got everything booked. I'm good. You know, Ish is falling apart, but we Gucci. We good. Hey, he gonna make it, though. I don't know what he gonna do. I mean, pop some Xannies, you know, drink a full bottle of vodka. He'd be good. You know, I was never worried about the performance. People was asking me, like, hey, you think it's going to... Of course. He'd be up there in a wheelchair, bruh. If we had to put the bed up there while he laying down, Teddy Pendergrass style. You know, Teddy was on the couch. Only man, bruh, on the couch performing a full song. You know, he recorded, what was it? Sexual Healing.
Really?
I think it... No, not Sexual Healing. I'm thinking Marvin Gaye.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to say, huh?
I'm tripping. I forget what song it was. But he was on the couch.
Really?
Laying down after he was paralyzed, yeah.
Whoa.
He was on the couch.
See, I just found out, like, last freaking week or 2 weeks ago that he was paralyzed. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. He was laying on the couch singing full vocals for the song.
That's wild.
Yeah. That's skill.
But, you know, like, I've heard different stuff. You know, Wiz Khalifa's style, where how he creates music. You know where the engineer is at, like where we at in the studio. He'll sit there right next to his engineer and record vocals. He don't go into a booth.
That's cool.
He just sit there and harmonize stuff and come up with stuff, and then he'll do a full song right there. I'm like, it just shows that everybody's process, what you're forced to do, because everybody's mind work different.
It does.
You know.
That is cool, though.
In your situation, that just lets you know that you're passionate about it. You know, because you'll find different ways that works for you.
But I feel like that's your way to success.
Yeah.
And that's, again, growing and learning. If you're not learning constantly, you're not growing.
Yeah.
Which means, you know, I don't feel like you can actually... I mean, you can be successful, but I don't feel like you're as successful.
Yeah.
You know, or as happy, honestly.
And honestly, like, taking situations that might seem bad, you know, like how I switch up stuff all the time, like when we about to go into something, which I'm aware of it, and I'm like, okay, I know because the thing is, how I look at it is like, if I don't say it, I'm not going to be happy. So,
and I'm always waiting for you to say it. I'm always, you don't know, I keep so many different templates of things. So I'm like, I try to think how many different ways you can go, different directions you can go, and then I do my best to account for that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I got some time. Let me just,
you
know, I know he's gonna change it. It's already, you know.
But it's cool because, like, for me, when it's certain things, like certain situations, like, okay, like, I go to a venue and look at the stage. I'm seeing how this stuff is happening. Like, I don't look at a lot of things now, and this would change everything for real. I don't look at things as, why is this happening to me? I'm like, oh, this is terrible. I look at it like, this is happening for a reason. I need to either figure it out or something I'm going to learn from it. And every time it's like, okay, if it's raining, I'm walking outside, I should have checked the weather. It's like, I'm not mad that it's raining.
I always look at it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
It's always an opportunity, again, for growth and to just, you know, it's an opportunity.
Yeah. And it keeps your stress down, for real.
It does.
Being able to do that.
It does.
Just to switch your perspective. Because it took a while to kind of train my mind to do that. Because, man, I used to be...
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely got to be flexible, especially at the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Or you're not going to make it.
Always.
Because it's never going to go as you perceive it to go.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's going to work like this, like this, like this. And then in the past, we'd be like, oh, that didn't happen. And then we slow down.
And then we start focusing on it didn't happen, what we going to do. Damn, this sucks. This is bad.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to eat a fritter. Let me get a honey bun. You know? And now it's kind of like, yeah, we expected this, so we just keep rolling. We just keep it moving.
Yeah.
And again, that's another sign of growth and
For
just moving forward. Is I know sometimes we were stuck.
Yeah.
We would get stuck on stupid stuff. You know, stuff that really didn't matter in the scheme of things. But, you know, I think, again, that's a sign of growing up.
Yeah.
You know, you have to gain experience to be able to, you
Yeah.
know, it's a mindset that you have to have where it's like, you know, it's all right. It didn't work out. Keep on moving.
Yeah.
You know? And again, looking towards the future. Because when you're young, you don't.
Nah.
You don't think about the future.
Nah.
You know, it's about,
Right now.
This is what's going on now.
Yeah.
You know, which is a balanced thing too when you think about it. How do you live in the moment but also be conscious of the future?
Yeah.
You know, that's a whole balance thing, which I'm not even sure how I do it, but it just works out. I have no idea how you keep that balance.
Part of that is, because I would even go back before we wrap it up, like I would even, like I said, back when I was 16, I looked at, when I decided to do music, like I looked at everything. Like for some reason I could only see things back then in macro. I couldn't see things in micro at all. Like I would see like, okay, this is where I want to be. I want to do this. And I feel like a lot of people have that. But when it's something that I'm passionate about with the macro, I can see the micro steps that I have to do. Like, okay, I don't create debt. Don't like off rip when I was 16. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to college. I'm leaving college. That's debt. Like I can be aware of those situations that will like bring me back from what I want to do. So I'm like, okay, I can't be in a relationship right now because I'm focusing on this. So like, get out. Like it's just I can cut it off where it doesn't necessarily feel like a sacrifice. It's like this is what I want to do. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I feel having that really allowed me to be lucky in a lot of stuff. Because it allowed me, when I approach situations, my mind automatically just, nope. It just goes, nope.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get exactly where you're coming from. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's definitely wild.
But I want to say thank you guys for watching this episode of Gifted. This is, Jamal, Manager Jamal, Darth Maul over here with the baby blue on.
Hey, you gotta, hey, real quick.
What's
hey.
up?
No, you know what? I'm not even gonna go into it. I was,
Right.
I was gonna say, hey, I've been told that black dudes can't wear baby blue.
Really?
Man, it's wild. Like it was like a whole hour conversation.
That's different though.
Hey,
that's different. That looks nice.
What my other blue shirt didn't look nice?
That was different.
How was that? It was
you had an agenda.
I didn't know. Hey,
he had.
Reach out. Let us know. Does it depend on the shirt you're wearing on what your agenda is? Because I believe.
Oh yes.
I believe
if you're wearing a baby blue button down.
This is life.
This was different. It was like super. It was like sky cloud blue.
It was sexy blue. It was sexy blue.
It
for
was
sexy time.
The agenda.
That was not the agenda. I was just trying to change my fit.
He never wore that shirt before.
I haven't worn a lot of shirts. I never wore shirts like this before.
Hey, that's true. That's true.
So, hey. But vote now. Call in 1-800. Wear that shirt. Call in. Let us know what you think.
Hashtag agenda.
Hashtag A. Get it done.